And Arizona, it's next Friday. You don't have long to wait. July 5 out at Blossom. If there are still tickets available, you'll find them at livenation.com, along with all the other info on the show. Third Eye Blind on the Summer Gods Tour. These tickets are for you if you are caller 10. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Did you miss us? 'Cause we missed you. Well, not Jerry from Willoughby, but the rest of you.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Guardians win last night. It was a real barn burner. In Baltimore against the Orioles. That was the first of three. 3-2 the final for their sixth straight win. Jose Ramirez's 20th home run is what wins it for him last night at Camden Yards. And they are on their way. They're playing him again tonight. We roll out a couple of minutes early. 6:05 on MMS is your pregame coverage with your first pitch 30 minutes later. So tonight and tomorrow, 6:05 pregame. And then the Royals come to town for the weekend. That's a 4-game series. That's Thursday through Sunday. And then the Guardians go to Guaranteed Rate Field. No, I'm sorry. The White Sox are in town.
The White Sox come here. I think we go to Kansas City.
Yes, I'm sorry. We go to Kansas City, and then the White Sox come here. Well, maybe I'll get tickets for a White Sox game. We're off next week.
What are you going to do?
Oh, that'll be fun.
Better get them fast because tickets are selling because they're winning so much.
Yeah, I'm winning a lot.
And that's a week that a lot of people go to baseball games anyway.
Yeah. Well, why not me?
Mm-hmm.
Why shouldn't I be among them? A lot of people, I get the feeling that July 4th is pretty low-key for a lot of people this year. You know, normally we're kind of bombarded with information about what people are going to be doing over the 4th of July, and I haven't. Maybe I've just gotten considerably less popular. That's probably the more likely explanation.
But you're so young.
And vibrant, Mary. I'm a newly minted 53-year-old. I'm actually in my 54th year.
When did that happen?
Yes, you are.
On my birthday.
Which was?
This year.
Technically, you just mentioned your birthday, so pony up the dough, brother.
Mm-hmm. Give us our money. You don't have to pay everybody, just us.
Oh, good.
Just me and Bill.
Mm-hmm.
A little bonus.
Mm-hmm. I don't care if you pay Mary.
Hey.
Just pay me.
People are leaving their messages on the iHeartRadio app for you, Mary.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
In light of those two getting kicked off the air in New York, it is time for Pound Cake's redemption arc.
Oh.
Let's have the Perry and Mound Cake show. Mary and Pound Cake show in New York City. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. How about that?
I'd do it.
Mary and Pound Cake there.
That would be the bitchiest morning show you've ever heard in your entire life.
KTU used to be a disco station back in the day,
Oh,
so
my gosh.
they've carried a through line. You know, RuPaul used to do mornings at KTU.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and so it's always had a tinge of that in it. Pop, dance, kind of, yeah.
Well, when you think about this, let's play this out. Cody has double the radio experience that I have, and he went to school for it.
Yes.
So if that were to happen, Cody would be running that show. He would be the guy, and I'd be Cody's sidekick. Cody would have
Still,
his
I
little-
have to think, you know, Pound Cake still does stuff for Pride Radio, for iHeart.
Yeah, the morning cake
yeah.
or something.
I have to think that I have no reason to suspect that he's not living his best life right now.
Yeah?
He's not, I can't speak for him, obviously, but, you know, he's got a new gig.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing things.
Yeah, living a life. He's got health insurance.
Does he?
Yes.
Hey, that's a big help.
That's a huge
when
deal.
you get health insurance. Yeah. Well, that's a, you know, when people go, oh, why does somebody leave their job? Because the new one has health insurance. That's why.
The new one said, you go get your eyes checked. Let's see how they're doing, you know?
God,
You know
insurance is just through the roof,
Why
man.
don't you just go ahead and, you know what? Have a doctor tell you your BMI is too high. Why don't you go ahead and have that
Your
happen?
BMI.
Thanks, Doc.
Appreciate
I
you.
had no idea.
Yep. I don't have any mirrors in my house. I couldn't tell what was going on. Alan, why did the Hawk 2 girl go viral? I guess I'm not getting it. Because it was so, for the subject, I think the subject matter, it was so kind of sweet. And I don't know. I can't get enough of the Hawk Tuah girl. I won't lie to you. Haley, whatever. She's finally starting to sell her own merch. Everybody else ran right to their T-shirt presses and started making Hawk Tuah merch, and she should be the one making it.
Yeah, you can never know exactly why things go viral, but that one was just the way she was so excited about it, and she's kind of cute, so people just ran with it. It was fun.
And the remixes keep on coming.
Oh, yeah.
Hawk Tuah.
Yeah, I love it. And if you follow her on Instagram, I think she finally made her Instagram public, you'll see a lot of pictures of her and the girl that was with her in that video. And a lot of duck faces and whatever, doing what young girls do. But you got to think that other girl is just so pissed it wasn't her. Just so mad that it wasn't her, Alan, July 4th is on a Thursday, so a lot of people have to work Friday like Christmas and New Year's is on a goddamn Wednesday. Is that what that is?
I don't know.
July 4th is on a Thursday.
I feel like
next
July
week.
4th has always been kind of chill, though. You either go to like your town's fireworks. It's like a cookout day. You go to a friend's house,
Yes.
or you cook out at your own house. I've never had like a big blowout.
Well, it's like
4th of
every other year that like we'll host, but otherwise it's like who's doing what.
Yeah. Where are there going to be hot dogs and hamburgers?
Hot dogs, hots and hams, baby.
That's it. That's all
right.
I need.
Uh-huh.
We're going down to Lancaster to my brother. I've said it before. That's a little hillbilly town, and I think they blow their entire year's worth of Parks and Rec budget on the 4th of July celebration. It's
Yeah.
a huge parade and a giant fireworks display, and like the food trucks and face painting. It's a carnival, whole carnival. So we're going down to Zumbizi Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the water park attached to the Columbus Zoo.
I've never been, but
It's
I've seen the exit
awesome.
signs for it.
It's really cool. And the Columbus Zoo is awesome, too. But the water park is giant, super fun, and they have stuff for, like, all ages. So we're all going to go down there.
This is outdoor?
Yeah.
It's not like
Wednesday.
it's not like a water slide in a hotel type of thing?
No, dude. I like the Kalahari and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Every time I go to one of those, I get sick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like those indoor ones, you just feel
They're
like you're in a
It's disgusting.
It's just chlorine and just human frap.
And it's
in
just
there.
you're boiling in it because
Yeah.
it's 90 degrees in there. There's no open air. But
Yeah, it's like a greenhouse.
so we're doing that Wednesday, and then we're going to my brother, staying overnight, and going to my brother's on Thursday.
Okay. One of our Detroit bureau chiefs said that, one of our Akron bureau chiefs said that maybe they'll come see you in Detroit because they were
From
going.
Akron.
Well, they were going to Toledo anyway. So
Hey!
they said maybe we'll go. When are you at Mark Ridley's
Oh, my
Comedy
sister.
Castle?
Just moved to Toledo.
Oh,
so
they
came
finally
to-
there?
Yeah, they're there. They just got there, I think, yesterday,
Oh, okay.
and they're
They're gonna
settling
need a
into their new
break.
place.
They're going to need a break this weekend.
Yeah. Well,
This weekend,
this
Thursday.
weekend. Okay.
It's Tuesday. I'm there
Yeah.
Thursday to Saturday. It's in
They might,
2 days.
Oh, you're trying to get them to go up to your show?
Everyone.
Yeah.
All of
Everybody
America.
get up there.
All of America.
That might
Yep.
be tough for them, but I'll let them know.
Thanks, buddy.
I'll let them know.
Well, good for them.
Toledo.
And just
Finally back in Ohio.
Leave your 8-year-old daughter at home. She'll
She's
be fine.
Just tell her not to touch the oven.
Mm-hmm. Don't touch any dials or anything like that. A Dave Matthews Band is at Blossom tonight. For people asking me, no, I do not have tickets for you. But they did announce that the very last show of the Blossom concert season is Post Malone.
Oh.
He's getting ready to drop a country album. And so he's going to be touring in support of that. And so I think this is when we see the Kid Rock pivot from Post Malone.
You think?
Yeah. Because it's
He
pretty
already has that #1 song with Morgan Wallen.
it's pretty lucrative. He's kind of got a leg in both, kind of hip hop and country kind of thing. So he's gonna be out at Block. I think it's October 1st.
That
People who pay attention to those kinds of things.
The song with Morgan Wallen is called "I Had Some Help," and it's
That's
like
the guy that throws the N-word around all the time?
he did it one time.
Throws the N-word and chairs off of roofs?
He's not a...
This guy loves throwing things.
He doesn't have a good grip on... I think he's just got famous and he's like a douche. Like he's just a party boy who got famous and has money. And,
Yeah, I get it.
You know?
A lot of people do that, though, and they don't drop the N-word.
Correct.
Yeah.
That part is bad.
Yeah.
That you can't really explain. He shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but
it's
it
hard
also
to-
got
That's
him.
bad.
But the way this country
That
is, people are like,
skyrocketed his
people are
career.
like, oh wow, I use that word too. I'm gonna go buy his albums.
And again, I am not excusing what he did at all. Using the word is terrible under any circumstances. But the guy's a good singer. So a lot of people who had previously not heard his music, then this whole big thing blows up, and now they're drawn to his music. Whether or not they, like Bill is saying, like, I love that word, or if they
No, I
just looked
understand.
the guy up.
Yeah, I understand.
And he's got a great, what's it called? Collection of work.
A catalog?
Catalog.
A
that's the word
musical
I'm looking-
catalog?
Yeah, it's got a good catalog, and everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh, I actually really enjoy this guy.
Right.
That is what I like to think happened, and not it was a bunch of other hillbillies. Like,
I think it was
Great
a little
choice.
both. Probably a little both.
Hey,
Probably a
listen,
little
we've
both.
had the conversation a billion times about separating the art from the artist, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's his art really that bothers me the most.
I know.
I don't think I've heard a song of his. I
The
wouldn't
Post
know.
Malone one
It's-
is pretty poppy. It's like very. It's a
It's
very
all
mix
fine.
of pop
It's just
country.
not what I listen to. So I mean I can't deny the guy's popular because when I was in Nashville, he sold out 3 shows at the football stadium.
He did that. He was
It's
in
insane.
Indianapolis the same time I was.
Yeah.
I had some help.
I had
Is that
some
what
help.
It's called?
This is like I don't know if it's still #1, but it has been for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
when it
Post
came
Malone
out.
is like the go-to. He's done stuff with Ozzy
Just how with
and
Taylor
The
Swift.
Weeknd.
that
And yeah,
name.
he's the guy that I guess that you go to now.
This is Post Malone. But this is the vibe of it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he's dropping a country record and he's touring in support of it. So if you're a Post Malone fan, I don't know if he's going to be doing any of his old bangers or what, but he's doing Blossom on October the 1st.
That was I took Brian to that a couple years ago for his birthday, the Post Malone show, and that was a blast. It was right after he broke his ribs.
Yeah.
And it was a really fun show. Like he's got these like weirdo dances that he does, and he's a good entertainer. We had a lot of fun.
So, yeah, congratulations to him. His ribs are all healed,
I would assume.
and he's back to perform for you.
Alan, Chris from Banghamton. Man, I am a big fan of Half Baked, and I was a little disappointed when you said it was Jeff Brewer that did the line when he walked out of the McDonald's, man.
It wasn't Jim
No,
Brewer.
it was Guillermo Diaz that did the line, man. Come on, get it right, bro. Do better.
Chris, I'm disappointed that you called Jim Brewer Jeff Brewer in your message castigating me for misquoting. Yeah, I always envisioned that as Jim Brewer in that
No, it was
movie.
Guillermo Diaz.
Guillermo Diaz, right. But not Jeff Brewer, Chris. As a big fan of Half Baked.
Because when Jim Brewer gets fired from his job, he does a
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire parody. Yeah.
Who's coming with me?
Who's coming with me? Oh.
Well, the Florida Panthers ended up on the right side of history. They were going to make history no matter what happened last night.
This is the way they wanted to.
This is
though.
they won the Stanley Cup. Had
I-
they lost, they would have been the first team in almost a century in the NHL to blow a 3-0 lead. But they beat the Edmonton Oilers. It's got to suck when you are a Canadian hockey team. And I know there's Canadian players everywhere. But when you're a Canadian hockey team and a legacy team, really, that gets beat by the Florida team. I don't know what kind of draw the Panthers are unless they're in the playoffs. But it was their first Stanley Cup that they won.
Florida trying to end it up against the wall, which would be fitting. 3 seconds to go. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
So the Florida Panthers have been a team for 30 years, and it is the first Stanley Cup that they've ever won. They started in the 93-94 season, and they set the record for the most points by an expansion team in their first season. I think they were in the Stanley Cup Finals last year too. They played Vegas, I think. but they've been there a couple of times. They got there in the mid-'90s, like 3 or 4 years into being a team, they got to the Stanley Cup Finals. And somebody beat them. Colorado, I think. So one of those teams beat them.
I kind of love this for Florida, though.
Well, it is funny. I mean,
because of all the Florida things to do, winning a hockey tournament, I feel like.
Well, it's also going to drive you
Why
crazy
not?
if you're on one of those teams and they don't really draw.
Yeah.
You know, like the Lightning have won. The Panthers have won now, right? I think the Lightning won a couple of Stanley Cups. And so
I think, like, for me, when I think about Florida, none of it really makes sense. Florida is just such an enigma. And so a Stanley Cup
it's
champion,
a wild place,
That's
boy.
what I'm saying.
Florida's
so
a wild
A
place.
Stanley Cup championship only plays into that for
Yeah.
me, where they're like, make Florida make sense. You can't. You look perfect.
As soon as the game ended, I texted Jason, our old PD, and I was like, "Hey, congrats, man! Way to not blow it." And he was,
Is he a Panthers fan?
yeah, and like, he is.
Because you can be a Lightning fan, too. I know he's on the east coast of the state.
He's
but
Panthers.
Panthers
and
are the
he's
Miami
pretty
team.
Pumped about it. So
Yeah.
and I could tell by the text that he was probably celebrating.
He's like,
Thanks so much. I love his Panthers.
yeah. Alan, a great case study of why I hate the public. What story? I'm so hyper-focused on making sure I don't inconvenience people and mind my manners, and no one else does. And
I think
people
this-
couldn't care less.
I think this about
the lady sitting in front of us at the Sums.
Just now they're getting me. Okay.
Maybe.
Well, again, I think, and I don't know if it's old-fashioned. It could possibly be. I just think manners are a real good thing. And people can complain that, like, nobody has them anymore or, like, damn kids, whatever. I'm like, it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
It's not going to change. I understand, the whole, well, if you're not doing it, I'm not going to do it. But I'm like, I get why that's attractive. But manners are a big thing with me.
But then I'm also thinking, like, maybe she's having a bad day.
right.
Well, you never
You
know
know,
what
like,
somebody's
she
she-
doing.
needed that. Yeah, maybe her dad
she's-
died.
That's what I
too,
mean.
And like,
She's
and more recently, and she's not over it.
Going
But
through
that's-
a divorce or something and needed
Yeah.
a bike ride to get out of her head. And
But that's why I said it wouldn't have to be like a snippy comment to her.
yeah.
Hey,
Move, bitch, get out the way.
pardon me.
Psst.
Yeah, we were over here.
You're hogging
Sorry
the
to bug
sunset.
you. Sorry to interrupt your sunset. They're doing friggin' construction in the back of the wall here. It's like they're bowling or drilling through the
That's
wall.
like thunder.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be coming through. People have to be able to hear that, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Distracting.
Yeah. Well, me and Bill are both trying to look at each other and
I'm like,
listen at
is
the
someone
same time.
running?
What
into
happens
the
all
building?
day long here, too, you
Yeah.
know?
What are they making?
I don't know. I've heard so many different things. I mean, when we first moved in here, the word was right next door to us it was going to be one of those axe throwing places, but then that fad went away.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the hell I don't know if it's going to be like an office thing.
I don't think
I think it's
Cleveland needs-
retail. I think it's some kind of retail establishment. I don't know what, with the condos going in next door.
Yeah. Which it says, like, now leasing,
Yeah.
like, immediate occupancy. I didn't even know that they were immediate occupancy.
I was going to let that. Immediate occupancy.
Immediate occupancy.
Immediate occupancy, everybody.
I didn't even know they were ready yet. That's crazy.
Alan, the Avalanche swept the Panthers in the 96 finals. Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah.
But if these
But they
guys
made
had
it there
if
that
these guys
early.
had blown a 3-0 lead, boy, that would be one for the ages. That is not the one you want to be known for.
By the way, people really get a kick out of yesterday when we ended the show. I said something to you about the stream, like, hey, we can cut it off now. But then, like, you must have hit something that it started it up again, and that wasn't the one that I had going. So I ended the stream that we had going, and people were like, oh, the stream's going. But it's just the dark room.
Yeah, nothing to look at.
I know, and people are like, they keep bringing it up, and I'm like, guys, it's not that big a deal. Just like,
Why would they?
I don't know, but
Oh.
like they just keep talking about
But
it.
why would they be watching a dark room?
That's what I'm
What else can they
curious
do?
about.
Something might happen.
Oh,
It's like a horror movie. You never know.
Hmm.
Be more entertaining than that Skidamarink BS.
oh, did you watch Skinamarink? We talked about Skinamarink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what that reminded me of. Like, you're just watching the corner of a door frame for 4 straight minutes with no dialogue.
You guys gonna go see? Anybody seen the preview for Longlegs?
No, what's it
No.
about?
Oh, it looks intense. It's supposed to be
About
awesome.
spiders?
Nicolas Cage is a serial killer, and this FBI agent. There's an occult element to it or something.
Thursday, July 11th.
July 12th it comes out, I think. But the advance word on it, I think it's an A24 movie or it's a Neon movie or something. But it's called Long Legs.
This has tickets for sale, Cinemark Valley View and Regal Crocker Park at 7 o'clock Thursday.
Yeah,
that's when they do the preview screening.
Yeah.
The scariest film of the decade.
It's supposed to be awesome.
Let's see this.
I just love that
can't wait.
Nicolas Cage went from everybody making fun of him because he was basically doing every movie offered to him because he needed the money, to turning in like full-on bonkers movies, good movies.
This trailer has 10 million views.
Yeah, it's intense.
Very, very dark. I'm probably not getting the full effect. Not listening to it. Just watching it with the sound off.
I want to see Bike Riders. I heard that's really good.
Oh, with Elvis and Tom Hardy?
Uh-huh.
Elvis and Bane?
Yeah.
That movie's gotten pushed. That movie's been in the can for like 3 years. I didn't think it was ever coming out.
When you get a helmet, you have permission to ride.
It would be very painful. You're a big boy. For you. Okay, if you want those Guardians tickets when the San Francisco Giants are in town,